Okay, fine. It's recording now. So, just let me give some brief about checked and unchecked. Okay. So, as I said yesterday, object is the parent of all the Java classes, and throwable is you know, uh, throwable is the child of object, and which is parent of all the exceptions. Okay. Now, throwable has what is that? Two childs. One is exception, and second one is error. Okay. For exception, we have childs like runtime exception, IOE exception, SQL exception, and servlet exception. Okay. Okay, Sumant. Now, runtime exception and its childs are called unchecked exceptions. Okay. And IOE exception and its childs are called checked exceptions. SQL exception is called checked exception. Servlet exception is called checked exception. Okay. Okay. Na? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that. Okay. So here, let me note it down again. See, as I said, object is the parent of all Java classes. Okay, and throwable is the parent of all the exception classes. Okay, na? Now you can say throwable has two childs. What is that, Saman? Can you please tell me? Two childs. What are the child names? No, no. You can see the diagram and tell me. Exception. The exception and error. Okay, na? Exception error. Okay. Now exception has the childs. What are those? Exactly. Has some childs. Some childs. What is that? Runtime exception. Runtime exception. Exactly. IOE exception. IOE exception. And servlet exception and SQL exception, etc. Okay. Now, now. Now runtime exception and its shades are called unchecked exceptions. Okay. Na? Okay. Na? And IOE exception and its shades are called checked exceptions. Okay. Okay. Unchecked exceptions. Okay. Na? 1 minute. Here. And this is the main highlight point, Sumant. Highlight point. This is note. Note. Whether the exception is checked or unchecked. 1 minute. First, let me define what is checked exception. Okay. Uh, you can say IOE exception. ఇక్కడ checked exception there are two types. Okay. Checked exception we have two types. We have two types once again. Nyakwe, can you please tell me what are the two types? We have already discussed. You should remember it, Nyapika. Fully checked and partially checked. ఓకేనా? సో ఫుల్లీ చెక్డ్ ఎప్పుడంటే, you know, suppose if an exception is said to be fully checked, its childs are also checked exceptions. Okay, its childs are also checked exceptions. Suppose if you see here, someone, this exception contains childs of both checked and unchecked. Am I correct? So this exception is not a fully checked exception; it is partially checked. Okay, but if you take this IOE exception, this has all checked exceptions only. EOF, file not found. So this IOE exception is fully checked. Okay, okay. Now, am I going fast, Samant? Is it okay? Okay, right. So an exception is said to be fully checked, said to be fully checked. Okay, it when all its childs are checked. Okay, na? Partially checked means an exception is said to be partial. Yeah, please remember. After some days, if you ask again, don't say directly. Telidu. Partially checked. Partially checked. Some of its child classes are unchecked. Okay, na? Some of its example. Sumant, can you please tell me? Sumant. No, the exception. Runtime is unchecked, kada. Unchecked. Sumant, you are not following or what? See, Sumant, again I'm telling. See, here runtime exception and its childs are unchecked exceptions. Okay, and IOE exception and its childs are checked exceptions. But I am asking what is partially checked and what is fully checked. This IOE exception is fully checked because all its childs are checked exceptions. Am I correct? But if you take exception, some of its childs are checked and some of its are unchecked. So that is it's partially checked. Okay, na? You got it right. See, if you have some doubt, please ask me. Okay, because after that I can't come back. Okay. Okay, partial check, some of its shades are unchecked. Okay, now I will write some exception name. You tell me. Okay, okay. In the group I have sent the pic. Okay, by seeing itself you can tell me. Okay, not I don't want without seeing. Okay? Yeah, just by seeing itself. What happened about Jayashree? She joined, huh? Okay. Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, so in the group, I will tag that picture again. Okay, by seeing that picture, please tell me. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm tagging that picture again. Open the picture and tell me. Now I will write down the example, the exception names. First, it's Sumant Nujepu. Okay, the first one, uh, runtime exception is checked, unchecked, checked అయితే మళ్ళీ fully checked, partial checked, runtime exception. Exactly, correct. Runtime unchecked. Okay, now Yapka. Error. It is checked or unchecked? No, error is unchecked. Okay. See, ఇది మన interest కాదు. See, this error is not our interest. But you remember this. This is an unchecked exception. Okay, because it won't give you any compilation error. Okay, I will tell you later. This is unchecked. Okay. Okay. Now Jayashree, IOE exception. Exactly. Checked. Bracket లో fully a partial. చెప్తావా? Checked exception is right only. But is it fully checked? Huh? Fully checked. Exactly. Why? Why? Because the child are fully checked. Okay. IOER all are checked. Okay. అంతే కదా. There is no unchecked in the child. Okay. Okay. Now Samantha, you tell me exception. Super. Partially checked. Correct. Now interrupted exception. See the graph and tell me where is interrupted exception. Yeah, yeah, check exception. Yes, correct. No, because for interrupted there is no change. Okay, so definitely fully checked only, right? అంతే కదా ఇంకా దాంట్లో now it's జ్ఞాపిక you tell me జ్ఞాపిక now throwable జ్ఞాపిక what do you, what you know unchecked no see for unchecked I gave the definition very clear runtime exceptions and its shades are called only unchecked exceptions. Okay, remaining all are checked exceptions. And see, runtime exceptions and its chains, error and its chains, okay, are unchecked. Okay. See, I in the definition itself I wrote. See, runtime exceptions and its chains, okay, are unchecked. And you can say errors also because that is not our interest. That's why I'm not stressing about that. Uh, error and its chains are also error and its chains. Remaining all are checked only. సో ఇప్పుడు థ్రోయబుల్ నాకు చెప్పు అది చెక్డా అన్చెక్డా సి మళ్ళీ చెప్పు సి రన్ టైమ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్స్ అండ్ ఇట్స్ చైల్డ్స్ ఆర్ అన్చెక్డ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్స్ రిమైనింగ్ అన్ని చెక్డే ఓకే ఆ చెక్ okay see and leave the yeah, this part it is not our interest error and its childs are of not our interest because this will come due to the system failure. It might be operating system failure, drivers failure, or ram issue, stack overflow issue. These are which is not in the programmer's hand. So this error and its childs which is of not our interest. Okay, so now yeah, is that throwable is checked? Okay, in the bracket, can you tell me like it is fully or partially? See, for checked, there are two types. Okay, fully or partial checked. Can you please tell me? Yeah, are you thinking and answering or just simply answering? What is fully checked exception? Can you please tell me? If it's childs, all are checked, then only fully checked. Kada. If for throwable, if you see here, the child runtime exception is also child of throwable, right? Then how come the throwable is fully checked? You think and answer, Gyan. Don't say blindly. Okay? Yeah, if you have some doubt, please ask me. Okay, then I'm there. Okay, but after 10 days, don't say you see someone. Straight she's saying Peridu. Yeah, do the recap. Okay, it's not about the classes, how many classes I'm taking. It's about the thing. How frequent you are. You're seeing the things again and again. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Sumant, you tell me. Arithmetic exception. Yeah, directly you can say unchecked. Now Jayashree, you tell me. Null pointer exception. Yes. Unchecked అయితే ఏం బాధ లేదు రైట్ హ్యాపీలీ యూ కెన్ సే ఓకే అండ్ ఫైనల్లీ ఓకే లెట్ మీ ఆస్క్ టు జ్ఞాపక అగైన్ ఫైల్ నాట్ ఫౌండ్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ జ్ఞాపక చెప్పు see the diagram think and tell me okay don't say blindly please yes fully or partially yeah yes fully checked because I think there is no child for file not found right am I correct yeah there is no child so you can directly say it is fully checked okay if there are childs, make sure all of its childs are checked or unchecked. When it's all of its childs are checked, then you can confirm it as fully checked. Am I correct? Yeah. Okay. So this is about how to identify whether it is checked or unchecked. Now the highlight points, okay, the most important point for interview. Okay. So the thing is, uh, whether the exception is checked or unchecked, all will happen at runtime only. basically people will be in a dilemma. Okay, basically people will say, see, people will say unchecked means will happen at the runtime. Runtime, and checked means it will happen at the compile time. It will, the exception will come at compile time. Blunder, yes. So don't say, okay. No, not at all. Checked exception will happen at compile time. See, there is a reason why the people are thinking like that. Okay, let me tell that also. First, why the people are thinking like that means I will tell you. See, basically, so the highlight, so this is wrong, okay? This is wrong, and this is also, yeah, this concept is wrong, okay? Whether the exception is checked or unchecked, runtime only. It will come at runtime only. Checked, it will come at runtime only. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me come to that point. Okay. So, at compile time, for unchecked exception, the compiler will not give you any warning. At the compile time, at compile time, for unchecked exceptions, for unchecked exceptions, the compiler will not give you any warning. Okay. See, if you say 10 by 0 also, it won't be an error. See, I think, see, suppose if you see int x equal to 10 by 0, it is not an error. See, at the runtime it will say, okay, but at compile time it won't give you any hint also. Okay, you're going to get error like that. Okay, okay, na, Sumant? But for checked exception, you will get an error. Okay, if you don't, at compile time for unchecked exception, the compiler will not give you any warning. Okay, any warning. But for checked exception, compiler will give you a warning. See, in the beginning class, I have told you, if you forgot, so your mom will say, your mom will make sure, yeah, yeah, better like, please take the hall ticket, or please, carry the pen or pencil, something like that. But your mom or dad won't say like there might be bomb blast at, at the exam hall, or there might be, some unforeseen situations. No one predict, right? So please try to correlate with this to that. Okay. So yeah, let me note it. Okay. Yet compile time, for checked exception, there will be a warning. Exception, there will be a warning. Okay, now there will be a warning. Okay, in the form of error. So this is the reason people are thinking, okay, I am getting the error. That's why the exception is happening at, checked exception is happening at the compile time. Okay, and for unchecked, I'm not getting an error. That's why it is happening at runtime. This is absolutely wrong. Okay, all the any exception will come at runtime only. But for compile time, like your mom and dad will say before going to exam hall, like the compiler will take the role of your mother, and it will say you might get an error. Please, okay, please take extra things. Suppose if you're going on a trip, please carry what is the Stephanie wheel, like that. So your mom will say the pen ink might be over. Please carry extra pen or pencil, like that. Okay, 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 Sumant. Got it right. So compiler will give you a hint for checked exception, but for unchecked, compiler won't give you any hint. Okay, we'll see all these checked and unchecked how to implement practically. In what case it will come, like that. Okay, okay, na? Okay. Let me see some checked exception example. Then you'll come to know. Okay, okay. Because this arithmetic and null pointer, everything is this is unchecked only. Uh, yeah. Interrupted exception, fully checked. Yeah. So we'll try this, okay? Na? So we'll try one checked exception, okay? Na? will try one interrupt exception. Okay, see someone. See, thread dot sleep means please pause the program for one second. Okay, 1,000 milliseconds. Okay, na? Hello, Suman. So I'm saying this thread dot sleep. 1 minute. I am not. Okay. See, I'm getting an error. See here. Okay. See, this is a checked exception. Okay. This will create an interrupted exception. Okay, na? So basically, in multi-threading concept, I will tell in detail what the thread dot sleep will do and why you're getting checked exception like that. So basically, the main thread will sleep for 1,000 milliseconds. Okay, so there might be chance the compiler saying there might be chance, uh, then when the main thread is sleeping, there might be chance that some other thread will interrupt you. Okay, like that it is saying. Okay, so please carry alternative. Okay, please have an alternative if some main thread is, if some thread is hitting this. Okay, you got it, someone. So if you don't have an alternative mechanism to handle, you will face an error. Okay, for checked exception like this. Okay, see what is the error it's saying. uh, Unhandled exception, unhandled. Okay, see, you can see, right? See, let me run and check. Okay, what is the error you're getting? Okay, see what is the error it's giving. Unhandled exception type, interrupted exception. Okay, this, see, unresolved compilation problem, unhandled exception type. Okay, na? Okay, so but this won't be the case of unchecked exception. Okay, if you write a happily 10 by 0, the compiler won't give you any error. Okay, like your parents can't predict the unforeseen situations, right? They can predict the situations which are going to happen, right? So, the again, and the conclusion is for checked exception, the compiler will take the role of your parents and it will hint you. Okay, suppose you are sleeping mode, some other thread might, some other thread might interrupt your sleep. Okay, like that. Okay, na? Okay, Samant. So for this, it will say, please use some alternative mechanism. Okay, like this, surround with the try catch. Okay, what did it? I have. So I need to keep what is going. Suppose if this line is going to create a checked exception, I need to keep this block of code in my try catch or throws keyword. The throws keyword I will tell in upcoming classes. But as of now, okay, as of now, please understand my, if suppose if your line is going to create a checked exception, please place them in a try catch, else it will be a error. Okay, what is that error? Compilation error. So because of this reason, people are thinking checked exception will come at compile time and unchecked exception will come at runtime. This is wrong actually. Okay, you got it, Sumant? And checked, both will come at runtime only, but for checked exception, the compiler will take the role of your parents, like how in the at the exam hall. Okay, like how they will warn or instruct. In the similar way, the compiler will instruct. Okay, okay, na? Yeah, please. No, no. The question is, this interruption or the exception will happen at the runtime only, but in compilation time, it is giving an error in the form of warning. See, suppose your pen, your pen will fail at the exam hall only, not at the, not at the home, right? But your parents will give you a warning. Okay, carries alternative pen, alternative box. Okay, like that. Like that. Okay, so similar way, your compiler will take the role here, will take the role of your parent. It will just hint it. Okay, what if at the runtime, okay, this thread will get interrupted like that. Okay, na? So it's clear, right? Okay. Yes, but yeah, exactly. But the compiler will give you a warning, okay, like how your parents will give, okay, before going to exam hall, okay, okay, na? So yeah, that is how. Okay, let us see one more checked exception. Yeah, these things. See, nothing. See, print stack trace means it's yeah. When checked exception come in upcoming class, I will tell in detail. Okay, don't worry much about. Just I want to give glance about checked and unchecked. Okay, what is happening inside? Okay, like that. Okay. And please watch the recordings, okay, and try to complete the that assignment, okay. Just a minute, yeah. See here, what is happening here. See, this concept is about IO, okay, IO handling, but don't think about the actual concept, okay. Just I will give you some brief about it, okay. So what is happening here, someone? See here, see you are building a connection between this file and the Java file, this Notepad file and the Java file. And after building a connection, you are trying to write some content to that file. Okay, not to the console. You are trying to write. Okay, okay, it is fine, but your compiler will give you a warning. Okay, what if the file is not there? Maybe at the runtime the file might be missing, right? You should have some alternative. So this is an example of what is that? Checked exception. Okay, na? File not found exception. Okay, your file may miss, right? See, file not found exception. Okay, your file might miss. Okay, like that. Okay, na? Okay, right? So these are the examples of yeah, you can write here inside. So these are the examples of checked exception. Okay, how it will come. Okay, na? So if the file is there, it's good. Okay, but what if the file is not there? Am I correct? Okay, so yeah, so this is a example of checked exception. Okay, if your thread is going in a sleep mode, there there might be chances that some other thread may interrupt this thread, okay, like that. And here if you after building a connection between this file, there might be chances at runtime this file might be missing or someone may delete, am I correct? Then it is again error, right? So before no at the compile time only it will check, okay, make something like alternative mechanism to handle this, so that the program execution will be smooth, okay. So if you don't have an alternative mechanism at the runtime, if the file is not there, then the program will terminate abruptly, okay. Okay, Sumant. See, this is simple. The concept is if the file is missing at the runtime, you are just making an alternative. But for unchecked, the program will stop abruptly. See, both, if the file is missing for both checked and unchecked, if something is missing, the program will stop abruptly. But so if you use try catch, it is safe in the both cases. But for checked exception, if you don't keep an alternative, the compiler will give you an error. Okay, I'm telling this point repeatedly. Okay, please try to understand how much importance it is. Okay, in the upcoming days. Okay, okay, okay. So that is the thing. Okay, so this is about checked and unchecked. This is about checked and unchecked. Okay? So shall we stop here? Tomorrow we'll. Pedta. I'll keep you notes. Okay? Yeah, just a minute. Let me stop the recording. 30 minutes.